Oh, I got a great story. I got a great story. Here it is. So I'm in the bathroom, right? And I'm just peeing, like, we have stalls, that we pee on. So we're peeing in the stall, the thing. And I look over and John Bon Jovi's right next to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is the CEO and founder of Spooky Empire. Let's give it up for Petey.
What's up?
What's up, Petey? How's it going?
All right. I didn't know you're in a brewery. Hold on, you're in a brewery right now. You're making beer.
A garage brewery, but yeah, my brother-in-law is a brewer.
I love beer. See, I got beer right here. I'm a beer drinker.
Mine's over there in that little fridge. It's so far away now.
And I have nothing. I feel so alone.
That's what I've been doing the whole pandemic. I've been drinking beer like nonstop, so that's I gained a lot of weight and stuff like that. I got old, but like that's all. I love beer.
Do you have like a go-to beer, a good maybe local one from South Florida?
Well, I'm Italian, so my go-to beer is Peroni, which is this beer right here.
Not sponsored, but there it is, Peroni.
That's my go-to beer. Of course, I love my rock and roll beer. I love Trooper beer from Iron Maiden. I love the Megadeth beer. Megadeth beer is awesome.
The Metallica one is really good. Apparently, my husband loves that one.
Yeah, the Metallica beer is really great, and AC/DC beer was good. I don't know if they make it anymore, but that was good.
I haven't tried any of these. I feel so behind on the times. But anyway, Petey, we are so thankful that you are joined here by us today. So we just kind of wanted to start by, obviously recently Spooky put out this huge announcement that it is happening. Robert Englund is making his way down to Orlando. It is happening October 22nd through the 24th. Petey, it's finally happening. Now, how did you ultimately land Mr. Robert Englund?
I mean, he's done our show a bunch of times, but we had him booked for last year before the pandemic, and then we had to cancel it. Once everything was over, they gave us a call and we said, yeah, let's do it. Let's bring in Robert, and we got a lot of great guests coming. I haven't announced yet. I'm hoping to announce somebody tomorrow or Thursday, but this year is going to be one of our biggest shows we ever had. I feel it's going to be bigger than the X-File year.
Okay, and that was a pretty monumental year.
So, yeah.
And at the Hyatt. So this is a new location.
We have been at the Hyatt before. It's my favorite location. We're supposedly here for 6 years. So, I think one of the years we're at the convention center. But the parties will still be at the Hyatt Regency. But it's my favorite place to put on a show because how the hallway is. We can put bands and stuff like that in the hallway, and it's just got the hallway is bigger than most conventions. So I just love the whole atmosphere too of that building. It's the best building in Orlando. So
awesome, very cool. Counting down the minutes, the days, the hours. October is not too far away, so it'll be here before we know it.
Yeah. And hopefully I'll be able to actually get down there. That would be really cool. It just happens to be 2 weeks after my wedding. So a big long.
Wow.
Yeah. So for people who are not aware, I don't know how they would not be, but Spooky Empire is categorically not a Comic-Con. So what for you really sets it apart from other events that are branded as Comic-Cons?
That's a cool question because when we started out, we never wanted to be a con. We never wanted our show to be called a con. We were like, it's a party, And then, people didn't get it. So I always had to put like the dark side of Comic-Con so people got what we were kind of doing. But it's totally a rock and roll show. I mean, I always feel like it's like Ozfest meets comic book, not Ozfest meets a baseball card convention. You know what I'm saying? Because it has like vendors and stuff like that, and it has collectibles and stuff like that. But it also has that rock and roll feel, and people are drinking and partying, and there's lots of females there, and it's a rock and roll show.
Plus the pool parties, plus you DJing, plus the VIP event.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff. I mean, the VIP party is just like we bring in a cake usually from one of the the people from the Food Network and stuff like that. It's just over the top, and everything we do is like over the top. We don't just like come out and give you a half-ass event. It's over the top. We put out all the fireworks and stuff like that. So.
For sure. And obviously over these, gosh, what did you say? 18 years, Petey. That's amazing. Over the past 18 years or so, you've had so many huge guests. Like you even mentioned before, you had X-Files, you had Elvira. Who would you say was the most difficult guest to actually land?
Oh, to land. Wow. Wow. That's, I don't know. I mean, there's so many guests that we can't ever get. I think Alice Cooper was really hard to get, and Bruce Campbell were both very hard to get in the beginning. Now they're easy, but like years ago they were very difficult to get, and we were that's how like we did our second show because we couldn't get Bruce Campbell, so I had to like organize a show just for him. But like guess we go after guests like constantly. And like I would always love like Paul Stanley, but we might get him this year. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? We're always asking for stuff, but I guess the hardest people to land was probably Bruce Campbell and Alice Cooper in the beginning, And
I mean, you were also one of the few events that got Vinnie Vincent, which was pretty monumental. That was awesome to witness.
Yeah, that was when we got Vinnie Vincent, that was a pretty rare appearance. He did do like one thing before us, like a little Kiss convention before us, where we snagged him from there, and then I think he only did like 3 or 4 events, and that was it, so that was pretty good. And then he's back into hiding again. So
yeah. Well, maybe in another couple of years, you'll get him out of hiding again. We'll see what he looks like and see what he has to say. Steven wants to know who has been your favorite musical guest that you've had?
Favorite musical guests we ever had? I liked Steven Adler from Guns N' Roses.
Oh, that's
He's kind of cool. Rudy Sarzo. That guy was awesome. Let's see. The drummer from Rat, he was really cool too.
Nice.
Yeah, these are guys that like were cool to hang out with, and they hung out with you and talked and told some stories and stuff like that. It was more than just like, hey, thank you for coming to the show, and give you like a story here and there. These guys like hung out the whole weekend and like really like they were real. They told stories about things that I was at, so it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I always love when a guest like really goes above and beyond. They're not just there to collect a paycheck. They're there to go to the VIP party, meet their fans, take pictures, Corey.
Oh, it was great for me. It was Rachel Bolan from Skid Row. I was such a huge fan of his, and I was kind of friends with him and stuff like that. And when he did my show, it was like so cool to show him what I'm doing, instead of just being a guy that comes to the show. Or I did some stuff with Skid Row back in the day, like setting up their equipment and stuff. So it was like cool to show him like, hey, this is what I'm doing now. And he was like, and he was impressed, which was the coolest thing,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Petey, what would you say is something that you wish more guests knew about throwing these kind of events?
The celebrity guests or the fans?
Well, both really, but I think it's more a question about the fans. Like what goes into all this?
I mean, I think people don't realize like it's more than just picking guests. I think you have to you're working 24 hours on this event. You're always working. It's like me and Gina, Gina's my wife and she's my partner in this. And it's like nonstop. We get emails constantly, and then we have to do the planning and just every little cycle, and then the bills at the end. I don't think people realize how much this event cost. Like people go, oh, I could do it. I could just call up, this guest or this guest, and they'll do my show, and we'll have a convention. And then you wind up 53 people at your event, and they don't realize all the promotions and all the stuff that goes into it, and how much, little details that we do to make the, event enjoyable,
Well, I think one of the other things is cancellations happen, right? Guests cancel all the time. And people, I think, try to like place the blame on you guys, even though it has nothing to do with you.
Absolutely. And I think guests too, like we don't always get the, like back in the day when we started, we usually got to pick the guest. But now it's like the agents kind of give us the guest. And a lot of them are, I'm going to be honest with you, they're lazy, man. They start giving you the same guest over and over again. I'm like, hey, I need something fresh and new for these people, and a lot of the agents don't get that, and then, I think there's a lot of politics that go on behind the scenes that like the fans shouldn't want to know. There's a lot of things behind the scenes, like in Wizard of Oz, you don't want to see behind the curtain because I mean, there's a lot of, stuff that we have to do and get things going and stuff that, the fans shouldn't have to see that because they're paying admission and they want to go and have a good time. They shouldn't have to deal with the politics behind the scenes.
100%. Charles also wants to know if there is going to be a chance that more Spooky Empire private Disney events will take place.
Yeah, I think we do Spooky Days in the Park. I don't know if we'll ever do what we did before. It was very expensive and I don't think it worked. It was pretty amazing. I don't know if you know too much about it. We took over Disney World at nighttime. We what was it? What's that ride?
Tower of Terror?
Tower of Terror. So we took over Tower of Terror and brought in all the villains, and they came in, took pictures with us. It was open bar. They made all these fancy drinks and all this fancy food, and there was a DJ, and we got to like dance with all the villains and stuff like that. And there was probably only about 200 of us, but we needed 400 of us. So it was a very expensive event, but it was pretty amazing. It was fun. But we'll do Spooky Days in the Park though. We usually do meetups and stuff.
I need to get to one of those. I haven't been to one yet, but okay, so one of the other things I wanted to know about, obviously my spooky sister James, she hosts the costume contests, which are like over the top, beyond amazing. Some of the best costumes I have ever seen at any convention. What would you say has been one of the most memorable costumes that you've seen at Spooky?
My favorite was this guy who dressed up as Beetlejuice, and he entered the costume contest and he lost, right? And he was really mad. So he went and jazzed it all up, and then he came out and he did this. He did the Beetlejuice. Hold on, he came out and he looked like this, right?
Yes.
So he came out like this, and he blew. Dude, he blew everybody away. And who do we had? Tom Savini was a judge, and
God.
A couple of people from Face Off, like the judges from Face Off were there and stuff like that. Glenn, he was there for Face Off, and they were the judges, and it was awesome. And he winded up winning, and he got the guitar, which our prizes are amazing. I don't know. We have a guy his name's Tanner. He's from Mohawk Crew, and he does these amazing prizes, like from a wrestling belt to like custom made guitars. And that's some of the prizes we give, plus money and trophies. So, yeah.
I always like seeing the people that come dressed as you, like Rob. I mean, like we were walking the floor, like getting ready, I guess, maybe to head to the costume contest. And this guy walks by me and he's like, try, you guys should get the tiki mug, come to the VIP party. And I was like, oh, okay, hi, Petey. And then I realized it was like a Petey imposter. He did a great job.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
we've seen that a bunch of times, just seeing people dress up as me. I guess because I'm like a cartoon character myself. I guess like I'm like the Ronald McDonald of conventions. I'm like, hey, I'm Petey, I'm like the Kentucky Fried Chicken guy.
Yeah, but that has to be flattering.
Oh yeah, no, it's fun. It's cool. It's very cool.
Well, kind of on that note. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'll circle back.
Oh, well, all right. Kind of in that note then, what is the strangest thing that you've seen happen at one of your events?
Okay. So this was many, many years ago. This was at the Wyndham, and the pool parties at the Wyndham were just like epic craziness. It was like spring break, like craziness. And so it was Sunday night, and we were winding up down and everything like that. And then Sunday night was even packed, partying. People were partying like crazy on Sunday night. Monday morning, one of the people from the Wyndham calls me and says, hey, do you want to come down here for a minute? I got to show you something. And I was like, okay. I come down, and They open up the ballroom, and the ballroom's empty with, there's no like stuff in there, except there's a naked girl sleeping on the sleeping right there in the ballroom.
I hope she was resting well.
And I was like, so we got her a towel, and we sent her on her way. She was, I guess she was still kind of drunk. She was like, I'm here for Spooky Empire. I'm like, it's over, honey, man. Time to go home.
Right. Wow. Well, I won't
Epic.
let you say that. Yeah. I was also going to say, so at the last event, Corey, I don't know whether you saw this, but it got picked up by like every major music publication. Like Corey played somebody's accordion. And for some reason, this 2 seconds of Corey playing an accordion made like national music news. Did you see that, Petey?
No, I didn't see that. That's cool. It's very cool.
It was everywhere.
That's awesome.
Pretty insane.
Yeah, that's why I always love the rock and roll guests, because they get everyone's so excited about them. It's just like, because they're rock stars, you know what I'm saying? And it's cool,
Definitely. What was the question? Oh, Stephen also wanted to know if we can expect any wrestler guests at the upcoming convention.
Of course, we always have one or two wrestlers. We might even have more this year, because we have in the hallway. There's going to be like some areas in the hallway where you can meet guests in the hallway. Instead of just in the celebrity room, there'll be random guests all over in the hallway and stuff. So I think we're going to have a bunch of wrestlers from there.
Oh, awesome. Okay, very cool. Okay, one of the other things I wanted to kind of ask about, and this is kind of going into how I think Spooky Empire has the best merch that you can get in any convention. Obviously, you have good taste. You base, a lot of your merchandise on things that you like, whether it's Kiss and one of the other things, Tiki Culture. So I kind of wanted to know, when did you first get into like Tiki Culture, and what was the first exclusive Tiki mug that you sold at Spooky?
So I got into Tiki, the Tiki Culture through going to these conventions. I think the one we went to was Dragon Con, or maybe Wizard World in Chicago or something. And we'd always find a Tiki bar, and we'd go with Dana from, the milkshake guy from Akati Hunger Force. And
Dana Snyder,
he would get us into it. And there was a whole bunch of us, and there was this guy named Gris Grimley. He does children's horror books and stuff like that. He was part of a little clique and everything like that. And we'd just go to Tiki bars, and then we started stealing the mugs, and then we just started getting it. And then I went to a Tiki convention in Fort Lauderdale called the Hookie Lao, which was like amazing. I was like, oh my, and there wasn't that many people. There's probably like 200 people there. And it was just amazing. It was like nonstop drinking these Tiki drinks, and that's how that all got to go. And then I always wanted my own Tiki mug, and our first Tiki mug was a tribute to Bill Heinzman, which was one of a regular guest that we had, and he died of cancer. So everybody loved partying with him. He was like the last one there. He was the last one standing every party, so I wanted to make a mug so we could still drink with him. So that's how that started. And then every year we started doing another one. We did a creature one. This year we did the devil one, which is really cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
And then by the merch, I love merch, and I've always loved, when I was a kid, I used to sell T-shirts and buttons and posters at the flea market and stuff like that. So that's how I got into merch and stuff like that. And I am a big Kiss fan. I'm also, Iron Maiden and stuff like that. And so we based a lot of our merch on some of their stuff, and just changed it around and made our monsters in there and stuff like that. But what happened was I met this guy named Andrew. He was a fan of coming to our convention, and he started doing he sent me a picture of the Kiss Unmasked with all the monsters in it. And he was like, do you want to use this? And I was like, oh my God, I do. And then he just started doing it. Now I bother him all the time. Can you do this? Can you do that? I love him. He's probably the best thing that ever happened to our merch. But I don't know if you saw the last year with the Iron Maiden live After Death one, and then the back with the Disney World blowing up and stuff. It was kind of cool.
If it was at the last convention, I probably saw it in passing. Do you have a favorite piece of spooky merch?
I like everything. I like the bottle openers.
Convenient.
Cool. I love the bottle openers. I mean, I love all the merch. I love the tiki mugs too. I mean, I love all the tiki mugs. So.
Awesome. Jay wants to know, how do you decide which guests to get? But I think you kind of covered that, saying a lot of the times the agents do pitch to you.
Yeah, and I'll say yes or no, and we'll go with the theme or this. In my head, I have a vision of what I want, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it takes me 3 shows to get it. So.
But it happens.
It happens. Everything usually happens. Never say never, because you never know who's going to show up.
Very true.
All right. Well, Peter, we're going to change gears on you a little bit because we wanted to ask about Adriana's first concert. Okay. So, of course, which features the band Kiss. We just really wanted to know if you have any other plans to write any more books.
Absolutely. So I wrote the children's book, Adriana's first concert. It was like me taking my daughter to a Kiss concert, and it came out really good, man. I was so proud of it and stuff like that. And I was always into children's books. I love Dr. Seuss, and I just love like all the children's, I'm a big fan of that whole, H.R. Puffin stuff, Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory, all that kid stuff. That's always in my heart. So when I wrote the children's book, it came out really good. And the first people that ever got the book was the members of Kiss. So I gave it to all the members of Kiss, and they all grabbed it. And of course, first thing Gene Simmons does is look it up, see if it's copyrighted, make sure all this is blah, blah, blah. And so he looks at it, right? And then I said to him, I go, Gene, I'd love to give, if you guys back the book or something like that, I'll give you a percentage of it and everything like that. I was like, whatever, And then so they took the books, and then we saw the opener band, which maybe it was Motley Crue or something like that. They opened up, and then we came backstage again to take pictures with them with the makeup on and stuff like that. And Paul grabs me, right, and just hugs me and whispers in my ear and goes, "I love the book." And I was like, oh my God, so I was like, oh my God, I'm freaking out, right? Then like, I think a month later, we got an email from them saying, do whatever you want with the book, whatever. And then a couple years, I had the book, everything, we sold whatever, we sell them on Amazon and stuff like that. And then the last convention we had was in Tampa, the one we did in Tampa. And so we just finished the Tampa show, and I didn't get to go on the Kiss cruise. I get home. I wanted to look what people were talking about me on the internet and see if everyone had a good time at Spooky Empire and everything like that. And I see this picture of Paul Stanley and my book behind him on this big screen. And I went, what the hell is this? And I keep scrolling down, and I'm looking, and then then a video pops up. And I clicked on the video, and it's Paul Stanley reading the book to everybody. I got goosebumps. I was like, oh my God. But yes, that was awesome. But I definitely want to write another book about like maybe trick-or-treating or something like that. It'd be kind of cool.
We were going to ask about the Paul Stanley reading your book. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, I couldn't even imagine what that felt like.
I can't. Yeah. I mean, I had this guy I've idolized since I was like 7 years old. And like, for him to read it, it was like amazing, And it's cool because now every time he sees me, he's like, hey, what's up? How's Adriana doing? And everything like that. He's so awesome, so.
Oh, yeah, wow. That's incredible. Well, are there any pieces of Kiss memorabilia that you wish you had that you don't currently have?
When I was, this was on the Animalized tour about in 1985 or something, maybe 85 or 86 or something like that. I was in the front row, and at the end of the show, Paul Stanley would break his guitar, right, and hand it to people in the audience. And I caught the bottom half of it, right? But back then, people were just punching me in the face, punching me in the back of the head, and everything, and this guy just rips it right out of my hand, and I cut my hand like on one of the pieces of the guitar, went like right into my hand and ripped it out. I always wish I had got that guitar. So if you're out there and you're watching this, I would buy it right now from you. If you,
Okay. You got the scars from it, but
from
you
the,
didn't
from
get
the
the.
Poughkeepsie, it was at the Poughkeepsie Civic Center, and that was it was on the Animalized tour. Yeah.
What would you say is your most treasured piece of memorabilia?
Like right now, I got a cheap trick guitar. I kind of love that. Yeah, it's kind of cool right now.
That's very cool.
Yeah. I mean, I have so much stuff. I mean, my house is like, a pit of everything.
I was going to say museum, but we can go with pit. Museum
Yeah,
or pit.
I mean, that's my new thing that I love so much. I have a Prince tambourine that I love. Yeah, I have a pair of Prince's sunglasses that I grabbed. That's pretty up there.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Wow. So one of the things we kind of wanted to know, Petey, what were you like growing up? Like, what were you like in high school? How would people describe you?
I was very pretty. I was like, I was a glam rocker. I did my hair beautiful. I had hairspray. I was a very pretty guy. I guess I was kind of like a mall rat too. So I was rock and roll. I was very rock and roll, but I was very glamour. Like I wore makeup, and I wore the bracelets, the silver bracelets, and I was a pretty person.
Avon calling. Hold, please. Hopefully no one important. Hopefully it's not Robert England. Quick
yes, that's that.
Do you remember a place in South Florida called the Mosh Pit? Did you ever?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We lived in that store.
We loved the Mosh Pit. And I remember when my mom used to take me, she's like, what do you like? I used to always buy those spiked dog collars, and then I'd wear it for a day, and then she'd take it away from me and hide it somewhere. So I couldn't have the spiked dog collars.
I totally remember the Mosh Pit. Yes.
The good old days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Danica, you want to ask your final question, then we'll go into our game?
Okay. Let's do it. All right. So we know you spent some time working with WWE. So how long were you with WWE, and what was your experience in that like?
It was one of the best jobs ever. I think we did it like 6 years. I think it was like 6 years we did it. And we didn't just work for WW, it was WWF at the time.
Yes, yeah.
I think it changed into WWE, and that's when they started. That's when we stopped working it, But I think my first job was with WCW, because I kind of remember, because I've been watching those A&E shows on television, all the rest.
AEW?
Behind the thing. I've been watching them, and I watched the Macho Man, and I was like, oh my God. I remember when I met the Macho Man, he was like so cool and so awesome, and I got really friendly with him and everything like that. And I didn't realize that I was meeting him when everything was falling apart in his life, And I was like, so I didn't really before I heard he wasn't that nice. But he was a little nicer when his life was falling apart. He was I think he was just started dating Gorgeous George at the time. And I started with WCW, and then I did a lot of ECW at the War Memorial and stuff like that. And then we did all the WWE and WWF every time it came. So I worked from Jacksonville to Miami, all the wrestling, and I was a pay I did the coil. I coiled the cable for the cameraman, so you saw me ringside all the time. So if you ever watch some of those old wrestling matches, you'll see me ringside, and it was just so surreal. Everybody was so cool at the time, and I got a lot of great pictures with people, and it was a lot of fun, a lot of great memories, and it was very cool,
Yeah. Who else did they do the bios on? I know they just had one for Mick. And
that was incredible. I learned so much from that. He's just one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Mick. And I was getting chills, some of the stuff, and I don't think he realizes how great of a wrestler he was, I think he was just so amazing,
And he's the type of guy that he could tell multiple different stories every day and never run out of, road stories or stories about Stone Cold. What an amazing human. One of the best. Okay, before we go into the game, Jude wants to know, going on the road with so many bands, what's the best road story that you have or experience you saw? It's kind of a lot to ask. Woo!
Yeah, I mean, I seen some crazy stuff, man. I saw Axl Rose smash some girl's head against a tour bus one time. I was like, what the hell? I saw that one time.
Lovely.
I was like, what? Like he grabbed her and just like, and that was like when they were opening up for Aerosmith. I saw that. Like that was like pretty shocking. I got a great story. I got a great story. Here it is. So I'm in the bathroom, right? And I'm just peeing, like, we have stalls, that we pee on. So we're peeing in the stall, the thing. And I look over and John Bon Jovi's right next to me. And I'm like freaking out. This is like during like big time slippery when wet days, So he's like the hype of Bon Jovi. And he's sitting there going to the bathroom right next to me. And I'm like, I don't want to but I want to look, but I don't want to look.
Right.
Like, hey, come on, I gotta look, And then I was like, oh my God. I was like, whatever. And then like I wash my hands, I leave, and then I waited outside for him to come out.
Probably the most appropriate way to handle that scenario.
I was like, but yeah, that was so surreal at the time. And I was like, I was like in 12th grade in high school. So this was like a big deal,
That would have been a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah. And I wound up getting a picture with him stuff. And that picture, like in high school, I had a picture with John Bon Jovi, and I would show that to every girl. I was like, hey, this is Bon Jovi, and like that was like incredible. Like every girl was like, what? So it helped me out.
Very jealous. Damn. Well, okay, Petey. So we have a game of Would You Rather. Obviously, there is no wrong answers here. And if you want to elaborate on why you picked something, fantastic. If not, that's fine too. All right, here's our game of Would You Rather. Danica, you're going first.
All right, let's do it. Would you rather have tickets to every Florida Panthers game or have the world's largest Kiss collection?
You're gonna be shocked. I'm gonna say the Panthers game because, like, having all that Kiss stuff in my house, I already have it. Like, if I showed you like all the stuff I have, it's like I already have a lot of that Kiss stuff, and I would go to the Panther games every time.
I was gonna say, but how could Gene's always gonna have the world's largest collection?
Of course,
like that's always
Yeah.
How have the Panthers been doing so far this season? Are we doing okay?
Well, we're out of the playoffs already, but
So that's a no.
we did pretty good this year. But I'm looking forward to next year, and I'm excited.
Yeah, there's always
Jump on
next
the Golden
year.
Knights bandwagon.
I'm hoping people are watching this because the Lightning are playing tonight, and I was like, oh, my Tampa people are probably not going to be able to watch this, because they're watching the game. So,
Yeah, true.
Poor decision on their part. They should be watching this, but they can always catch the replay. All right, here's the next one. Would you rather, time travel and have been able to have Boris Karloff as a spooky guest, or time travel and be able to have Vincent Price as a spooky guest?
Vincent Price. That's very easy. I just love Vincent Price. He's like one of my all-time favorites.
And didn't you have his daughter? Wasn't she?
Yeah, she was awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Vincent Price is just, as a kid growing up, like I used to just watch him all the time, and he was just amazing.
Good choice. All right.
Yeah. As we
Danica?
say, Vincent once, Vincent twice, Vincent Price. So,
Who says that?
would you rather, I do, wear all bright colored clothing or wear all denim? All the time.
I'm gonna go with the bright clothes. I'm gonna go that way because like I do wear denim all the time, but I also sometimes wear bright clothes. So, but I'll go with the bright clothes.
Bright clothes it is.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather eat a ghost pepper or have to drink a raw egg?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the raw egg.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah. I
For
think
your Rocky moment.
yeah, Rocky. I love Rocky, but also I think it'd be easier.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Hard pass on the ghost pepper. Especially that entire thing. That's a
Ooh,
death wish waiting
death.
to happen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oof. All right. Next one. Would you rather go back and attend Woodstock or go back and attend Lollapalooza 91?
Well, I was at Lollapalooza 91.
You were?
What?
Really?
Oh shit.
So I'm gonna go with the regular Woodstock. I'm gonna go with Woodstock because I was at Lollapalooza 91.
How was
That's
it?
just the coolest thing I've heard in a long time.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, Lollapalooza was awesome. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Is that the one? Which one was that? Was that I mean, I went to all the Lollapaloozas in the beginning. So
Right. Who'd they say, Danica? It was Lollapalooza, the Butthole
Nine Inch
Surfers.
Nails.
oh, it's the Nine Inch
Butthole
Nails.
Surfers. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. That show.
Awesome. Great. Well,
Ugh.
okay.
Not jealous at all. It's fine. Let's move on.
Yeah. Okay. Would you rather have Spooky take place on a moving train or have Spooky take place on a cruise ship?
Ooh. Train would be cool, but the cruise ship would be cool too. I've been asked about the cruise ship. I'm just scared, like it might not work, because of the way you do things and stuff like that. But the train would be kind of neat too. But you'd probably have more fun on the cruise ship. So I'm gonna go with the cruise ship.
Cruise ship. It's a good choice. I like it.
Do one of each.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Yep. Would you rather only be able to see the first band you ever saw live, so continuously from now on, or only be able to see the most recent band you saw live forever?
Who's the most recent? It's so hard. The most recent band was how many years ago? Like 2 years ago?
Yeah, right.
2019, maybe.
Yeah, it was like I can't remember the last band I saw. I'm gonna say the first band I ever saw because it's Kiss and it's the greatest band.
Well, there you go.
I'm gonna say
Hard
Kiss.
decision.
Yeah, right. A lot of good shows coming through. Like for the rest of the year, I mean, I'm going to see Slipknot. Alice Cooper's coming down with Ace is opening.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
Kiss is gonna be in West Palm Beach and in Tampa too.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, in October, first week of October.
Well, that's Danica's wedding week, so that should be exciting. All right. Next one. Would you rather listen to Exciter on repeat, let's say for 24 hours, or listen to Cold Gin on repeat for 24 hours?
Oof. I think I've done the Cold Gin thing repeat on 24 hours. No.
Oy vey.
I'm going to go with Cold Gin. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a song that you could listen to that long without going insane?
Probably not. I mean, that's pretty hard,
Yeah, it is. Okay, fair enough. All right, next one.
All right. Would you rather hold a Spooky at an alleged haunted location or have a horror movie based on Spooky?
So the Hyatt Regency is supposedly is haunted.
Oh.
Yeah. So I guess we do put on the convention at a haunted hotel. But I would love to see a movie based on Spooky Empire. I think it would be crazy. I mean, I know Florida Supercon had it. I would not want it like that. I don't know if you saw that movie. But
Well, it was more of a documentary. Yes.
no. I'm talking about the movie. They have a movie based on Florida Supercon.
Oh, the comic
really,
movie with
bad.
John Malkovich and Epps.
Yeah.
I skipped that one. I missed it.
But like I would, ours would be kind of wild. I think it might, it'd be like Animal House. I don't know.
And you've had the Animal House guest there before, so that was pretty cool. All right, I think we got a couple more of these. Let's see. Would you rather? Oh, this is the last one, Petey. Get a tattoo from an artist at the show picked by the Spooky Empire fans or have to stand in line for an Elvira Funko Pop?
I'll take the Elvira Funko Pop. I'll stand in line. Those people slept out for that that Funko Pop, and I was like, it was crazy. I never seen anything like that. I was like,
There you
we're
go.
not selling Star Wars. I was like, it was like the night before, and people were sleeping out on the sidewalk. There was like a line of people sleeping out. I'd never seen that before, but yeah, that was crazy.
Funko collectors, they are, collectors are
Serious.
collectors. Yeah.
Hey, I'm a collector too. I do it for sneakers. I mean, I sleep out sometimes for sneakers and stuff like that. So I get it, you know.
What do? You bring a tent and like a mattress? Like, how do you do that?
I just bring my chair, I set it out there,
Chair.
and I just wait. I sit in line and wait for the store to open. I run in and get my sneakers.
That's dedication.
Yes, and patience, which I do not have. Well, Petey, a couple more questions before we do wrap this up. Roberto asked about booking a Kiss cover band, but I believe you've had a Kiss cover band.
We've had that before, yeah. Yeah.
Is there a Kiss cover band that would you say is the best in Florida?
I don't know the best in Florida. There's this new cover. I don't know if they're new, but they got new costumes, and I wish I could remember the name of the band. I think it's called, I hope I get it right. I can't remember, but they have the 1979 outfits, the Dynasty outfits from the disco era. And I seen video of it. It's just amazing. And I kind of would love them because it would be like the whole disco era. I kind of like that whole thing.
That's the makeup list, right?
No, they had makeup. It was like the end, you know?
Yeah. Mini Kiss. I don't know whether I've seen Mini Kiss, but okay. No. That's an interesting choice. So before we do wrap this up, is there anything else that you want to leave us with? Anything else that you can tell us about the upcoming Spooky without giving too much away?
I think it's going to be the biggest show we've ever had. I think this is the year you want to go. This is the year to go. It's not, our guest list is going to be great and everything like that, but I have a feeling just the show overall is going to be awesome. I think we're all going to bond, and I think the Spooky family is just going to be like, partying hard this year. And I think the atmosphere is probably going to be the best we've ever had just because of the layout of the hotel,
And are you bringing back the zombie walk?
Rumor has it I think we are. They're trying to put it together right now, So I think it could happen. I don't know if you saw videos of those or if you ever saw it. That was so surreal. Those zombie walks. There's thousands and thousands of people, walking down International Drive, and it was just like crazy.
And a lot of confused drivers.
Oh yeah,
wondering if it was The Walking Dead, has it finally happened? Yeah. Yeah, I never got to do one, but I would really like to. There's a lot of incredible, special effects makeup artists that come by and help people out.
Yeah. We usually start out at a restaurant, and usually we have all the special effects makeup people there, and they start putting on the makeup and everything like that. They charge like a little bit, or you tip them or something like that, and next minute they're all walking down the street. It's just amazing. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, before we do wrap this up, we're going to go over our upcoming guests that we have for the rest of June. We're dabbling into July. So on this Saturday, we have a special bonus show. Ryan Roxy, who is the guitarist for Alice Cooper. The following Tuesday, we have David Cook from American Idol. Petey, I know you're an American Idol fan.
I love American Idol, man. I'll be watching.
Hell yeah. Next Thursday, we have Matt. I can't pronounce his last name, but he goes by Drama King Matt.
Raywolf.
Sure, we'll have to ask him. He is formerly Aiden English from the WWE. Then we're welcoming Karen Carnival. She is from the X-Files, and also she's been in multiple X-Files episodes. And then next month again, Casey Joseph will be back. We love him. He's amazing.
Our unofficial other host.
Yeah, we've had him so many times. So real quick, Petey, what did you think about the American Idol finale? Were we happy with the winner?
I was not. I was very disappointed this season. It was probably the only season I was really, really disappointed in this year. I think it was predictable. It was very like how it was set up, and they let a lot of people go that were really good in the beginning. I think it was all done like, I don't know. Maybe it's me getting older And I'm like one of those hardcore guys. I always feel like I'm the fourth judge. I'm on there on the thing, texting saying, "This is this. You should be this." I had someone's mom write me and say I need to relax a little bit, and then I had one of the contestants write me, and it was like, "Hey, I tried my best," and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry,"
That's impressive. You got to contest it. Did I tell you, Petey, I auditioned for the first and second season?
Yeah, I was
Good times.
Awesome.
What fun. But I aged out about 10 years ago, unfortunately. But anyway, so Petey, thank you so much again. This was so much fun. Only a couple more months until Spooky Empire. If you guys haven't already checked out Spooky Empire, highly recommend. Make sure to go to spookyempire.com. And my recommendation, if you have not been a VIP yet, the VIP party is like nothing else. You get to,
I think this year is the year. Like, if you're gonna go VIP, this is the show. It's gonna be over the top. We're working on a sponsor right now for the VIP party, which is gonna be awesome. I just got to get the okay from the hotel to and the sponsor would be making specialty drinks, which are pretty amazing. So that'll be cool. And the cake alone is worth admission. And if you win one of the prizes are really over the top, so it's good.
And you get to, meet and mingle with your favorite celebrity guests. And I mean, they're just like how you're there at the party. It's like nothing else. It's like nothing else. But all right, guys, we will see you all in October. Petey, thanks so much again. And we'll see you guys on Saturday with Ryan Roxy. Have a great night, everybody.
Awesome.
Bye.